back with another video, and today, no, I even got the watch. It ain't a Rolex, but it was expensive. Guys, what's up? It's your girl Brandy, and I am back with another video. Dropping another gem for my loves out there who was needing this today. I know that I've been on my dating series tip and I've kind of been away from sugaring for a little bit, but today the gods up above have called me to make this video for all of the ones, the little chicklings out there who needs help with sugaring. It is a tough world out there. We all know this, but I think one thing we can all agree on is that we want the bag. And I have been receiving a couple messages from some women in concern that they are just not having any luck with anything. And being the person that I am, I try to help and figure out what exactly you need help with. I always tell people, if you have not seen my playlist then of sugaring, you need to watch it. Take down some notes, do what you got to do. Even search other YouTubers. Like, there's so much information. But if you're still having problems, I think I can help with some key reasons why you may not even think about this, but let me tell you, I notice it. And I'm just gonna put it right here on the YouTube. Hopefully you guys are subscribed to my channel. I'm gonna put this on my Instagram as well, so if the girls are on there, and they see it, whatever, you guys get the point. But anyway, before we get started, without further ado, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because you do not want to miss anything on this channel. Go ahead and hit that bell notification. Go ahead and like this video, give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And share this video with a friend if you find it helpful, if you find it informative. And last but not least, follow me on Instagram at _TheBrandySheree_. And without further ado, I'm not going to hold you. We're going to go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so the number one reason why you are failing at becoming a sugar baby or not having a lot of luck is, well, I put this on the list because I had a girl, actually two women, get into my DMs. I'm obviously not going to say any names, but if they're watching this, this is the best way I can give you the advice that you want. But basically they got into my DMs basically saying like how they were having trouble in the financial department. And I have mentioned in a previous video, I have to figure out what it is, but I will insert it on the screen, where I have talked about, I believe it's like sugar daddy scammers, where I talked about money or you not having the money or whatever. But I will say this again for any new viewer that's watching my channel. I don't understand why women or anyone will think it's okay to become a sugar baby without income of their own. I'm sorry, but I just don't understand the logic of that. If you are having trouble financially, you do not need to be sugaring. You do not need to be looking for a sponsor, not in today's age. And the reason why I say that, and maybe this will help you understand, sugaring is not what it was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, back in the 90s, late 80s, it wasn't mainstream how it is today. So now everyone is basically, now it's like finding a needle in a haystack and a unicorn in the magical forest. It's almost slim chance, like they're out there, like obviously they're out there, but it's not as easy to get one as it would be a couple years ago because it wasn't as mainstream. Now I feel like sugaring is like the lifestyle everyone wants because it seems like a dream, right? But it's not as easy as what people say it is. And that means that you're not going to find money just sitting on the street like how you think you are. So if you don't have your own income or figure out your issues first, there is no reason why you should be even sugaring, which is probably why you're having really bad luck, because one, you're dealing with men who are putting stuff on the table, and you see a cash amount and you're like, okay, that's what I want, which is why you're getting scammed, which is why, you know, you're finding yourself with duds. You're not really using your brain because you're letting the money cloud your judgment. Stop doing that. That is the reason why you're failing. This is the reason why, because you don't have yourself together first before you get into this game. All money is not good money. There's a lot of men who are not genuine. They just want your body. They just want, you know, your pearl, and they can care less about any type of companionship, any type of anything. So, and then you get, you know, then those same girls see women like, I don't know, I can say me. I don't like to brag about myself, but I will in this instance. And then they'll come to me and say, well, how are you finding these men? I need help. Where are you going? What website are you using? What app are you using? Where do you hang out? How are you doing this? But I have myself together. Like, I have myself together. I have an income. I don't really talk about my line of work because it's kind of boring. So, yeah, like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just have this, I mean, you just have to have, you have to use your head. Take care of yourself first. I would never tell anybody to put this first and their situation second. Because if you're going through financial troubles, or you're like, let's say for instance, your house about to get foreclosed on, or you know what I'm saying, like you don't even have money to get across the street, you do not need to be going on dates. You do not need to be going to meet with men if you can't afford to have a backup plan, or at least a safety net to get yourself out of situations. Because a lot of these guys, and I've heard it happen before, like women will go on dates with these men, and like if they're not talking, if the man feels like the woman is not talking the game that they want, they leave and make them pay for the meal themselves, or their meal themselves. Like, you have to have some type of safety net for situations like that. Unfortunately, things like that do happen. Like, what if, for instance, you go on a date, the guy don't want to deal with you anymore, and he done took you to the restaurant. Now you gotta figure out a way home, and you don't have a family member or anybody around that can take you. Now you gotta buy an Uber or Lyft. If you don't have no money, then you don't need to be dealing and engaging with this. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna, don't put your family through your bull because something happened. You need to be independent, going into this game with a mindset that makes sense, and not put yourself in harm's way because of some money, some cash that you don't have, that you can easily make by just getting a job and making the money. Sounds like you, maybe that's the reason why you're failing. If not, then maybe the next one is probably you. All right, so my second reason why you're having problems or trouble finding a sponsor or a sugar daddy is because you have lower self-esteem. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the lifestyle in general and what I have learned over the course of a couple months. But dealing with high caliber men and classy men and elegant men, once you find the right one, obviously, you know, there's a lot of scammers out there, a lot of people who don't really know what sugar daddies are. They just want to finesse through the name and say that's what they are, and they're not. So the number one reason, well, the number two reason why is because you don't have the self-esteem to be in the lifestyle. When you're in this lifestyle, you have to be that bitch. I don't care what anyone tells you. You have to dress nice. You have to look good at all times. You have to be presentable. And a lot of that comes from you doing a lot of revamping of who you are. If you don't even believe that you're pretty, if you don't believe that you're beautiful, if you don't believe that you are gorgeous and that you can bring stuff to the table, it's going to be hard to sell that mentality that you have it to a man who can sense if you have low self-esteem or not. A lot of people think they can hide it behind a mask and they can just finesse it or whatever, but a lot of it shows. If you are genuinely a beautiful woman, you carry yourself with class and elegance, and you speak and you talk, and your mannerisms and how you approach, how you walk, almost down to how you keep up your nails and your toes, shows a man your caliber, shows him that you care about yourself. If you are walking into dates with belly shirts on and ripped jeans, bad wigs, colors that don't suit you, You sitting at the table, you don't talk, you don't know how to hold a conversation. The man's complimenting you, you're like, oh, thanks. Like, you don't feel like you deserve to be there. Like, you don't take anything seriously. Like, you're looking at the situation like, I mean, I'm here for the money, granted, but you also can't sell yourself. And then you're wondering why you're failing. You're not selling who you are to him, and you want his money. Like, you have to walk like you own it. You have to dress like you're worth it. Like, let's be honest. Why would a man take a girl who dresses like she's going through a very, like, I don't know why you expect a man to take you to Hermes. Why do you think a man's gonna go take you to Chanel? Why do you think a man is going to take you to Yves Saint Laurent boutique in Beverly Hills if you dressing and you looking embarrassing, like you don't take pride in it? And women with low self-esteem, it's like it goes over their head. It's like they feel it's okay to come to the table looking a hot mess. You have low self-esteem, or you're just not even having the confidence. I wouldn't say necessarily full-blown low self-esteem, but if your confidence is low and you have trouble with men your own age, it's gonna be hard to pull that over on an older man who's dealt with women for a longer period of time than a man your age has. So that's another reason why you're probably failing. And a lot of girls, like, when they show me like their pictures and what they say to the guys and their bios, it's not fun. If I was a man and I seen that, I would just be like, well, at least she's cute. But that's not gonna get you a bag. Now you done gave your check to the next girl. That's not what you want. It's not what you want. It's not what you want. I want to say, if women, like, a good person to watch on YouTube is Haley Gamba, are finding yourself in a rut or any type of self-esteem issue, or maybe you just need to learn how to take care of yourself better. Haley Gamba's channel is a really good channel to watch when it comes to certain things like that. She is very inspirational, very motivated. She gives great advice as far as hygiene, self-care, things of that nature that will really play a huge role of how you carry yourself throughout your lifetime. Not only trying to find a spot, but throughout life, being a woman, being a lady, and being a young, beautiful lady as you are, and really letting that come through and shine with whatever you do. So hopefully that helps. If that was you, or you feel like maybe that wasn't you, then maybe the next one you probably be like, okay, I think I see it. I think I know why I'm not having any luck. Okay, so the third reason why you may be having trouble or struggling with finding a sugar daddy or a sponsor is because you are listening to false narratives. I have touched on this subject a little bit before, I think, with the misconceptions of being a sugar baby, like the 5 misconceptions of being a sugar baby. And I said that a lot of you guys are looking at the glamorized version of being a sugar baby and not the realistic version. I always try to preach on the realistic version. This is why I don't really showboat the places that I go and the things that I do all the time, because I'm me and I don't like giving out false narratives to girls, and if they don't have the same experience, you know what they're gonna say? Oh, she's finessing. There's no way that she could be possibly doing this. Like, there's no way. So I just if you see the things that I have, where I decide to show the things that I have as far as gifts or places that I go or trips that I go on, I don't want people, like, I just don't like the narrative that I feel like people feel like they have to start comparing themselves to you, and that becomes glamorization of you. Like, I see like certain YouTubers that's on YouTube talk about like day in the life of a sugar baby, or guess what my sugar daddy got me, or I got $50,000 doing this with my sugar daddy. And it's like, that's great, but there's somebody out there who's gonna think they're gonna have the same exact experience as you, and that may not be the case at all. And I feel like a lot of the times the reason why you're failing as a sugar baby is because your expectations are unrealistic. And then you, like I said before, then you start taking anything because you just want to say you have it. You want to say, I have a sugar daddy, but it's an actual job. Like, you actually have to treat it like dating the guy. And a lot of you guys just want to say, I
got a Chanel bag, I got a Gucci bag, I got Chanel perfume, I have Yves Saint Laurent, I have Givenchy.
Like, it's cute, right? It's cute to see that, oh, I got the same bag as Megan Thee Stallion. Like, that's called glamorization of the lifestyle. Like, everyone thinks it's so cute to be a woman or be in a lifestyle because they see women flaunting certain things, but they don't talk about the realistic parts that you actually have to, like, deal with these men. Let's start there. In order for you to get anything, not sometimes you have to deal with these men, and not every man is generous. Let's start there. Not everybody is that generous. You might come across one or two in this game that may be spot on what you want, but a lot of these men are not that generous. It's like an interview process, and they may fail you on the first date, but that's called realistic. Everyone, like, some people say, oh, once I find my sugar daddy, but then months go by, you haven't found one, then you looking at me crazy, like,
there's no way, there's no way, there's no way, looking at her crazy, there's no way.
Because y'all doing something wrong, or it's just not meant for you. Sugaring is not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
And I wish that a lot of people will understand that. I didn't start receiving gifts from my sugar daddy until about 2 months in. Any other girl would have left it because she's not getting anything. And I was getting, now granted, I was getting wine and dine. I was going to the best restaurants, going to the best cigar lounges, going to extravagant places. But I did not receive my first gift until months into the arrangement, into the dating, or whatever it is. So you're thinking that because you done met this guy who says in his bio he makes $100 million and he decides to take you on a date, that now all of a sudden you're supposed to get 10% of his salary. That's not how it works. Find a good guy, a generous guy, a man who seems like, you know, he truly wants to enjoy your company. Keep him around. If he's not forcing you into no sexual stuff, he's not forcing you in, you know, giving up your time, like, he's genuinely a nice guy, give him the time and wait it out. And then from there you start the process of, he'll start rewarding you just for giving him your time in a humble manner. Not, you want my time, I want $1,000. That's the first thing to run them away. Then you know what they say, oh, they don't have no money. No, he had money, you was just doing too much. And that's realistic. Okay, so I had to take a lunch break. I'm sorry. Let me reapply my lip injections. You guys seen this before. It's amazing. Okay, so another reason why, this is reason number 4, why you are struggling to be a sugar baby is because you're just plain rude.
Don't be rude.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God,
Stop.
don't be
What are you
throw the thing on
doing?
me. I'll hurt you. Don't do that.
And this is kind of piggybacking off the glamorization of the lifestyle. I've received messages, and granted, like, if you ever send me a message wanting to get some information, some help or whatever, if you come, you know, DM me on Instagram, anything like that, just know I don't like when you guys are rude to the man. Now, there's certain situations and circumstances where the man is just rude himself, but that's when you just cut him off. Move on. Now, if you're rude to him and he is genuinely a good man, like, I guess because he's not giving the money out right away, then you're like, oh, you're not worth my time, you're just all talk, you're a scammer. Like, it's not cute. And I feel like some guys just especially, okay, if a man is foreign, because this happened to a girl who was dealing with a man from another country. If a man is foreign, I feel like they're the ones you kind of have to cut a little bit more slack with, because they don't understand how a man from America would understand something. But some things I'm like, girl, he's foreign. He's from Egypt. He don't understand. Let it go. Like, let it go. An example, this one girl sent me screenshots of her and her potential sugar daddy. And he asked her, would she fly out to see him? And you know, her response was, yeah, but I haven't received any allowance, like I haven't received anything from you. And he was like, well, like I want to see you first, and unfortunately, you know, I'm not in the States right now. I'm back home in my country. And now to some people that just screams scammer, but mind you, she's talked on the phone with this man. She's FaceTimed this man. This man is real, like he's a living, breathing human being. But like, you know, like she said, like she was like, well, you didn't give me the money, or you haven't sent me money, you haven't sent me anything, so why would I get on a plane to come see you? And he was like, well, I won't be in the States for like a couple months. And he was like, I really would like to see you. I really want to show you my city, my town. Granted, he told her, listen, I will pay for a flight for you and a friend. And I know the situation, I wish I could I know it sounds sketch, but he was genuinely, I think, a good guy. He wasn't meaning any harm by what he was saying. So I will pay for you and a friend to come visit me in so-and-so country. And everything paid for, you don't have to worry about it. I just want to really see you, be with you. I really want to show you my city. I mean, to me, that sounds cool. Like, I don't have to pay for nothing, yada, yada. And she was like, no, I won't. When you get to the States, you can hit me up. Okay. But there's a way, like, even if you're not comfortable with things like that, there's a way that you can let them down and say, you can be like, no, sweetie. You're like, you know, I really appreciate you wanting me to come out, but honestly, I don't feel like it's safe. I would love to meet with you when you come back to the States. You know, we could definitely link up. I have a great restaurant I would love for us to go to, or we can take a day trip, whatever. But she said, nope, when you get to the States, hit me up. And I'm out. And I'm out. Well, I'm not gonna dwell on that. Just don't be rude. It's okay to put your foot down. It's okay to be stern, but you don't have to be rude. Okay, moving forward. That's probably why you got bad luck. You're just mean. You're just mean. Just Cruella de Vil, just mean. Just mean. Anyway, so last but not least, I'm not gonna make this video long, but we finally made it to number 5, is that you don't have any class or elegance. Class or elegance. Yeah. The ghetto is not welcome in sugaring.
The ghetto is not welcome in sugar.
Leave the ghetto at the door, and you're gonna turn into an elegant queen, because that's what they want you to be. That's what you should be. The ghetto is a no. Elegance is a yes. A lot of you guys, you talk to these men like they're your homegirl, your homeboy. You're very brutal, very abrasive when you talk. You act like you don't know things in a manner as far as class. Like, you got hood written all over you, and to somebody of money, that can be very. So we have to make sure that we are learning elegance. One good YouTuber that I watch, you know, I feel like I'm already pretty classy, pretty elegant myself, but I always like to hear other opinions, other tips and tricks. Lisa Hart, she is, I'm gonna put her information just like I did Haley's, and she is a very good woman to watch. She's French. She talks all about elegance. She talks about little ways that you can walk and talk and look and sound. And she talks a lot about like Marilyn Monroe, like old Hollywood glamour. Like, she literally puts the girls on game. Y'all need to learn. Like, try this stuff at home. Like, sit, posture, good posture. Practice talking and what's it called? Not accentuating. When you practice articulating your words, practice things like that, because when you go out with these men, they want you that way. They want you, when you meet somebody, you say, hello, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you? I'm doing excellent. Like, learn how to speak. A lot of you guys don't even know how to really communicate, and that's a big no-no. So learn elegance. Learn how to speak and talk. Learn how to hold your wine glasses. Learn how to know the difference between a salad fork and the entree fork. Like, know the difference between a dinner plate and a dessert plate. Know the difference between a breakfast bowl and a salad bowl. Like, you gotta, it's all of that that comes with it. Learn gratuity. Learn gratuity. Gratuity is another big thing. Gratuity, learn how to tip. Even if you're not paying, learn how to tip. A lot of y'all don't know how to tip. Like, I've had situations where I went on a date with a man and he was like, go ahead and leave the tip, as far as me writing it down. Don't leave $5 if your bill is $105. Learn how to tip. Like, you never know. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that could also be a reason. Elegance. You gotta learn how to be elegant. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh yeah. If you're loud and obnoxious, that's not attractive. That will never be attractive. If you're loud and obnoxious all the time, it's not okay. And I'm talking just daily activities. If you're just loud, obnoxious, like, no one's gonna take someone who's loud, obnoxious, and abrasive into Chanel. I wouldn't. I don't even like hanging out with girls who are loud and obnoxious. Like, all of my friends are pretty cool, calm, and collected. But at the same time, like, when you're sugaring, when you're a man with money, why would you want to walk in Burberry with somebody who's gonna come in screaming because they've never been in there before? Like, hopefully no one's actually like that, but if you are, this is probably for you. All right, well, that's all that I have to say. I really appreciate everyone who has watched this video. Like I said before, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification to keep up with myself, join the family. I would love to have you guys here. Give this video a big thumbs up. Go ahead and share it with a friend if you found it informative. Follow me on Instagram. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Y'all have 2 more videos to film, so I'll just catch up with y'all.